If you want to stay in the same situation, then continue doing what you're doing.
And you guys can get on board and go down this 4-lane highway and just rock it out, and you don't have to have a decade of learning process.
Meet people where they are. If you want to have all types of clients, be a Rubik's Cuber. Meet them where they want to be met.
We have to know our numbers. We have to know how much we want, and then how many deals do I have to close to make that a reality?
What I want to do over the next half hour or so is give you clarity on the items that really are going to generate money for you and allow you to do the things you want to do.
So if you're not currently being coached by the people in the industry that are doing it at the highest level, then you're working too hard to get there.
This is the Next Level Loan Officers Podcast with Kenneth Travis and Sean Zalmanoff.
Hello, everybody. Sean Zalmanoff here with this episode of our Next Level Loan Officers Podcast. And we are joined by a very special guest, Jeff Lagoni. Jeff, how are you today?
Doing great. Appreciate you having me today, Sean.
Thank you. So Jeff and I have known each other for quite a few years now. And Jeff's also a member of our Summit Club in Next Level. And man, Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself so people realize just how amazing your business is and how amazing of a man you are.
I appreciate you saying that. For me, growing up as a kid, it's not like mortgages was, top of mind, right? That's not the thing I wanted to grow up to be. But somehow we all end up in this business one way or the other. So through a series of events, I was a pilot first out of high school and really enjoyed the training for that. But then, realized it's not what I wanted to do. So got into being a computer programmer. Right. And so the programs I was writing was for like nuclear power plants, raw material companies, that kind of stuff. When 9/11 hit, I got let go of my job. And so at that point, a friend of mine had a mortgage company. And man, that's how I got into this business. And it fits perfectly. Right. So, being a mortgage lender, I just love helping people and being able to help friends and family. It just fits me perfectly.
You do a pretty good job with that. Tell us a little bit about just your business in general. You close quite a few You close quite a few loans a year. Tell us what'd you do last year? What are you on pace for this year?
So last year we averaged about 15 loans a month. We did about 30 million in volume, and looks like we're on pace for that again this year. Running solo, you go from 5 to 10 loans, and at 10 loans you're working from 7 in the morning, and I know I was from 7 in the morning to 3 in the morning, and from 9 o'clock at night to 3 o'clock in the morning. I was sending emails. Hey, did you fix your credit? You ready to buy a house? How can I help? That kind of stuff. And about 4 years ago, I got married, and my wife came downstairs and says, "What are you doing?" And it was at that point, started to build out a team. And for me, the biggest thing was the time freedom. Man, I wanted to spend time with my kids, and I want to spend time with my wife. And, production happened to go up from, probably average of 8 to 10 loans a month to 15 loans a month. And I got the time freedom as well.
So you got time freedom. You're closing more loans than you were with having a team. Mm-hmm. And I think it's also important to note, so you're doing the same amount of business that you did in 2017 and 2018. As people are talking about, that dreaded margin compression and it being a little more difficult in the market. And that's not slowing you down at all. That's commendable. What are you doing to? How is that not affecting you?
So the mindset of my team, right? My team is like my family, and truly, our team has been through a lot over the past year, and I couldn't even make up the stuff that's happened to everybody on the team. And anytime somebody goes down, somebody steps in and steps up for that person. And the mindset of the team is, man, if we just do the little things right on a daily basis, good things will happen. So, people are waking up, they're doing their morning routines, their mindset is right, and they're winning the day. And, at the end of it all, we're still on pace to do what we did last year.
That's awesome. That's an amazing feat. So what does your team look like? How's it all set up right now?
So right now, we have 2 loan partners, right? So the loan partners are the ones that actually talk to the customers, take the application, structure the deal, make it happen as far as the loan structure is concerned. And we have our customer care specialist. She's an amazing, amazing woman. She loves people. People love her. And man, she's the glue that holds the whole team together. And she just makes sure, loans are moving through the pipeline. She's delivering outstanding customer service to the customers, and she's just making sure everybody's, healthy on the team, and our clients are healthy as well. And then on the processing side of things, the processing is a critical part of the whole loan process. Man, I didn't realize that. I used to do everything A to Z myself. And the processor is such a critical role, and our processors are amazing. They just do a fantastic job. Typically we get everything in up front. They're like underwriters. They can look through the documents and know what's required and go right back to the customers. And, our processors are so nice and so friendly and so knowledgeable that, they talk directly to the customers to get what's needed up front. Because our biggest thing is we just want to make it a pleasurable experience. We don't want the customers to have to think too much. And we want to meet them where they are, right? So if they want to sign documents face-to-face, well, last week, I can tell you our customer care specialist drove around all Western PA, meeting 4 different clients to sign documents face-to-face. If they want to upload documents with the mobile app, we have that. They want to search for homes on a mobile app, we can do that too. So they want to fax us stuff, man, we can even use a fax machine if they want to. So we just do whatever the customers feel comfortable doing. Yeah, we have people that fax us documents still. So, we just want to accommodate the customers and let them feel comfortable in their element.
So you have so you have this customer service person, you have your processors, and so I have my business structure a lot like yours, where our processors are actually the main point of contact.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people structure it where loan partners are the main point of contact. However it works for you in your world is the way that you should do it. My processors are pretty fantastic like yours in talking to them.
Yeah.
And the key thing that you said, Jeff, like I see so many people when they're talking to us about their business and they're trying to make the connection of where's the process broken. And man, if you don't have an amazing processor, if they're only compiling files and sending them in and not doing what it takes in order to look at it like an underwriter, I won't mention any bank names, but some of the larger ones out there, I mean, we've hired their underwriters to be processors here.
Wow.
And, they really usually don't make it very long because our processors know more than they did as an underwriter at that institution, because they were underwriting like, just the smallest piece of that file. And it just sets your files up for so much more success. It's only 72 hours that we get ahead of it, but man, 72 hours ahead on a lot of files really puts you in a whole different ballgame as far as getting those closed on time.
No doubt. And you said something that's pretty critical, right? So thinking like an underwriter. So even the loan partners from hello, how can I help you? As soon as the customers start talking, they start thinking like an underwriter at that point. How can we alleviate these sparks that'll turn into forest fires and addressing them right up front? So I'm with you. Yep.
You also use an intake process too with all of your clients too that we teach in Next Level, right?
So as far if a customer calls in, typically our customer care specialist gets the lead, and then she gives it to the loan partner, and then the loan partner calls and takes the loan application from there.
Perfect.
Yep.
So you recently you recently realized a few things.
Yeah.
So we're talking about all this great time freedom that you have, and some of your relationships got a little bit further away from you than maybe they should have, but you've course corrected now. Just kind of tell us a little bit about what's going on with your business and what happened in a few of those conversations that you had with your partners that you're now back in front of on a very consistent basis.
Sure. So, 4 or 5 years ago, we all think, me being of that computer programmer mindset thought, man, this can be automated, right? And that's where my mind continues to go. Even in 2001, when I first got into the business, I said, boy, I can write code to automate this thing. And that's just how my mind thinks. And I kept saying it's going to automate. So a few years back, I started automating as much as I possibly could in mass texting and mass emailing and didn't realize, man, it was really turning people off. And come to find out, the relationships that I had with the people, these people are my friends. The title reps, I hang out with them, right? I like them. I want to hang out with them. I have fun with them. I know their kids. The real estate agents that send us business, man, I love them. Like, without them, we aren't who we are, and they're my friends, right? So I care about them. I care about their families. I knew about their injuries or things that were going on in their family whenever I was just originating myself. But when I started building a team, I kept telling myself I'm not as important as I think I am, and it doesn't have to be me. And that's really not wholly true, right? There's some stuff that other people can do, but you build these relationships, these friendships of people that, regardless, if you weren't working, you'd still hang out with them, and you enjoy their company. And I got away from that for a long time, probably a couple years, and realized I could feel the emptiness in my heart, right? That I wasn't connecting, and I wasn't feeling good about doing business. And so feeling good about doing business means connecting that relationship. So a few months back, I said, boy, I really just need to hang out with people. And one of the agents I've been working with since 2007, I said, hey, it's your bratty brother. Would you like to hang out sometime? And she said, if you were my bratty brother, I'd see you more often. And man, that struck a chord, right? I'm like, all right, we need to go hang out. So, in my area, they just opened up a Top Golf. And so we go hang out at Top Golf. We don't talk business. We just hang out. And I've been reconnecting with the agents and the friends in the business, title reps and insurance agents, and people that really feed us and take care of us and care about us. And man, it's just been awesome. And it's so great to just sit there and hang out with them and their husband, or them and their boyfriend or significant other and their family. And it's just an amazing feeling, man. And that's what really drove me in this business in the beginning, right? It's never the financial. What kept me up till 3 o'clock in the morning was I don't want to disappoint anybody, right? So if they say, hey, I referred Jeff Lagoni to do your mortgage, man, I don't want to disappoint that person. So I'm going to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning and get it done. And it's those feelings of, just making people proud and making them happy that drives it.
So what's it been like on the reunion tour with all of you and your partners, and just getting in front of them, like that void in your heart that's been filled? What,
yeah.
The bratty brother comment of I'd hear you more if you were. How's it been connecting with everybody?
Man, it's fulfilling, right? The bucket's getting filled. And there was an emptiness in me that was trying to automate this whole thing, which didn't feel right to me, right? But, in our day and age, like, prior to 2008, you could tell somebody, hey, you could leave an out of office email reply that says, hey, I'm out of the office. I'll catch you on Monday at 9 o'clock. And that worked. But in 2018, man, we're all on demand right now. And, even 4 years ago, we were all on demand right now. And that was killing me, right? Being on demand 7 days a week was absolutely breaking my back. I wasn't spending time with my wife. I wasn't spending time with my kids, and I wasn't doing the things I wanted to do. And at that point, it's kind of like, what am I doing? But, when you build out the team, we all get balance now, right? So I felt like I was on house arrest, man. I didn't even commit the crime. So now nobody has to be on house arrest, right? We take turns, right? So one loan partner will have the phone for the weekend, or the other loan partner will have the phone for the weekend. If they can't take it, I'll take it. If the three of us can't take it, then our customer care specialist will take it. But we always have service from 9 to 9, 7 days a week, just like I used to do solo. But man, now everybody gets work-life balance and gets to unplug. I don't know many loan officers on the planet that get to unplug, right? So if a loan partner says, hey, I need to unplug, well, go unplug. We'll cover for you. And there's no drop in customer service.
So I know there's some loan officers listening to us right now, and they're saying, man, you like the people you do business with? You like this? Like, gosh, I hate realtors. I hate the people I'm doing business with. And, it's a sad thing, man. I talk to a lot of loan officers. You hear it, I know, in your company and other places. Man, it's because you haven't found and you haven't crafted your ideal client profile. You haven't crafted the ideal realtor profile of who you want to work with. When you find people that have the same values, that care about the same things, and are cool, like, it's not about chasing the people who are, just because a realtor is closing 30 or 40 million doesn't mean you want to do business with them.
Right.
Like, there's plenty of realtors that are closing 6 million, 10 million that can have a huge impact to your bottom line every year, that have a lot of the same values and beliefs that you do. And when you find that and that aligns, that's where those magical moments happen. That's where you have people who you're working with. But man, your friends, your kids hang out together, you barbecue together, you play top golf together. We recently got a top golf too. I haven't checked it out yet though. So
Pretty
it's pretty
sweet.
awesome.
Pretty sweet, yeah. And the thing is, so from my heart, I don't know how it got this way, but I come from a service mentality, man. Like I want to serve people, I want to help them. And for me, when I feel like, that agent they trust me enough to say, hey Jeff, here's a referral for you. What they're really saying to me is, hey Jeff, I trust you enough to turn us in, take care of this customer like it's family. Have them have a great customer experience, and also I trust you enough that, man, you're gonna put food on my table because I'm gonna help that customer buy a house, and it ends up being a paycheck for the agent. So that's a big, like, if an agent can trust you enough and like you enough to send you a referral, man, you got to do everything you can to make that customer so happy they run back to the agent and say thank you. And I love my agents. Like, I don't know anybody on our team that says, hey, I don't like an agent that we work with. We do love the people we work with, and we try to surround ourselves with people like that. Even on a transaction, there's an agent we met a few years ago. She was the listing agent. Things didn't go right. We're calling her, expecting her to bite our heads off, and she's really cool about it. And I just asked her, I said, hey, you're so understanding. I understand you've been in the business for a long time. I would love to work with you. We love working with people like you. And she started working with us. So, the like mindset, like, things happen. It's not a perfect system. I'm not sitting here saying we're perfect. We are pretty awesome. Very rarely does something go wrong, but when it does, we just want everyone to hop on board, all hands on deck, and get it fixed. We're not trying to finger point or point blame or have an argument. So I like what you said. We do work with a bunch of people that are really cool.
Yeah, there's something I learned really early in my career, and I'm way better doing loans now than I was 16 years ago. But things would go wrong from time to time, and like your team, which I know is awesome, ours does a pretty darn good job as well too. And I found that when things went wrong on a transaction, like the very first initial reaction between a title company, between lenders, between buyers agents, listing agents, is all about pointing across the table of who got it wrong instead of trying to fix the problem.
Right.
Man, it is just so much easier. Hey, listen, if it helps everybody, it's all my fault. I'll own it. Now let's talk about fixing it.
That's right.
We can spend 3 days blaming each other, or we can spend 30 minutes fixing it and be done and move on.
And the old adage, right? So winning heals all wounds, right? But when you start losing, then people start finger pointing. And that's where you get people's true integrity or their true characters when things aren't going right. I don't want a lot of things to go wrong, but man, when they do, I start smiling because I'm gonna say, to me, we're gonna start seeing true colors, and that's where you can build strong relationships, right? If everything went smooth all the time, you don't have strong relationships, and when things go wrong and people are in the trenches with you working hard, man, that's where you find out the true integrity of a person and the true heart of a person. And sometimes I embrace, like, something go wrong, I'm like, okay, we're going to find out, what this person's made of, and is this somebody that we want working with our team?
Awesome, man.
Yep.
I really appreciate you taking time with us today. Anything else? Any parting words of wisdom? You've dropped a lot, but anything else you'd like to say to everyone?
No, brother. I just tell you, I enjoy these podcasts. They're super valuable, right? So it's iron sharpens iron kind of deal, and we can all continue learning every day from each other. And I'm just thankful that everyone else out there plays with an abundance mentality and shares what they're going through, because I hear things from other loan officers and things from you, and I'm just thankful for you and the guys that put together Next Level, because it's truly helping us grow our business and stay relevant. And it's just an amazing thing, man. So I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you joining us. Appreciate you all listening today. If you'd like to schedule your strategy session, just click the links and reach out to us, and we'll be happy to get that on the books. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day and a great week. See y'all.